What the fuck are you talking about? Pedophile. And she goes, pedophile, and puts the quotes as if that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like pedophile, like, yeah, that's what they are. And we hurl insults at them because they fuck little kids.
You're not wrong, G. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
You're not wrong.
insulting. Oh my God, we're hurting their feelings. So what? You're hurting little 5-year-olds assholes. What's up, baby? Welcome to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. Once again, people, you know who we are. I am your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother and partner in misinformation, Brian Licata. And we're happy to be back. Brian, how are you, baby?
It's good to see you, G. I'm happy to be here.
It's good to see you, too. It's actually, we're getting together kind of quick this time, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw you yesterday.
Was it yesterday? No,
it wasn't. It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah, right. Normally we go a while without seeing each other, man. How you been, man? How's your how was your weekend?
It was good, man. Trying to think of what really has happened since I saw you. I've been doing some photography and stuff around the city. That's been fun. Shooting some lights and signs and stuff like that. It's been pretty cool.
How are you guys settling in?
We're good. We actually just found a place, got approved for the rental, and we just got to deal with all the paperwork and stuff on Tuesday.
Now, once again, you're in Chicago?
Atlanta.
Hotlanta, that's right. I don't know, dude. You know I'm terrible at remembering shit like places. Every time I go on tour, whenever we go on the stage, I gotta ask where we are.
What town you're in? That's good.
I always gotta ask. I never know. Town. I don't even know what state we're in.
I'm sure the crowd loves that.
Well, one time it came back to bite me in the ass. I was in Ohio and didn't realize I was in Ohio. And I was kind of making fun of Ohio. Even though I love Ohio, I fucks with Ohio. Anyone who knows me knows I fucks with Ohio. But I was making fun of them, and I didn't realize I was in Ohio.
What up with the people from Ohio, though? Is that what you're making? Is that what you're making fun of? I feel like that's where you had the tweaker incidences with the railroad tracks and shit. Or was that like Oklahoma?
I don't remember where that was, but it wasn't Ohio. Nah, I remember that was like
Tennessee. Was it Tennessee
or some crazy
shit? I feel like you were with Terry on that trip.
Yeah, I mean, the people in Ohio seem to be cool. Like I said, I fucks with Ohio. Every time I go to Ohio, I always have a good time, man. I ain't got a problem with Ohio. I was just making fun of them, and I was in Ohio.
Got you. What's been up with you? Yeah, I mean, there's really no news on the front over here.
No news is good news, man.
Yeah. We got a place. We should be moving into it probably within the next 2 weeks or so. So that's cool.
Yeah, maybe moving sucks.
It does, man. But like the bulk of our stuff is in storage right now with the moving company who took it from
All right,
Florida.
Yeah. So you're just moving from there in.
Yeah, me and my fiance, we each got a cartload of stuff a piece, So it's light work to move. It's like whatever we drove up with,
All right,
plus the dog.
Today, September 11th.
Uh-oh.
And I would like to wish my cat a happy birthday. So happy birthday to Mama. Just turned 5 years old. That's my baby. September 11th, baby. That's her birthday. So big up to Mama. She made it to another one. I was a little nervous. She got a little sick. Excuse me. And she was a little out of it.
It's interesting how you're coughing at the same time you're talking about mom and cat getting sick.
Yeah. Well, I'm all right. I'm just
might be a time for a checkup.
It is time for a checkup.
Yeah.
I do have to go get checked up, man. My body is it's been rebelling. But so I'm gonna go get my checkup. I just hate going to checkups because I know now I gotta go get that colonoscopy. I was supposed to get it last year. I didn't get it. I gotta go this year. They gotta ram the old camera up the old wazoo. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna do what you gotta do kind of dude. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, man.
But you postponed it a little bit.
I just didn't do it. I'm just terrible with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, but I gotta go get it checked.
If someone doesn't set the appointment up for you, it's not gonna happen.
That's basically what it is. This is why I need managers and shit like that in my life. So they could be like, yo, G, we set you up a doctor's appointment. You just gotta go.
You're good at showing up. You're the best at showing up, actually.
I show up. I'm just not good at making those making those, making the appointments I'm not good at, but I'm really good at showing up. I really want a mug. You're abusing me with that mug. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
I'm
lie.
sorry. All right, we got to get you one. All right,
Yeah, nah,
let me
I'll
write
get
this
one. I'll
down.
get
Yeah,
one.
we got to get a Gary mug. Okay, Gary mug.
So over the weekend I watched some of the reality show clips that they're doing out here for AC Jokes.
Ooh.
I was called by one of the comedians out here who I will not even mention his name because I don't want people to hate him and think he's any more stupid than he is. Um, I was called. It was said that I have a Napoleon complex. And what's so funny is it's not the first time that's been said to me. What makes me have a see? Here's the thing. I don't think people know what that means in reality.
Okay.
Like a Napoleon complex is usually a little dude who wants to control everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Napoleon complex, a small dude who wants to take control and control everything. I don't want to control anything. I don't even know what's going on the business end of this anymore. Anytime they try to talk to me about business, I'm like, I don't want to hear about it. All I want to know is what time my show is, how much time I got to do on stage. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I'm the
Yep.
most easiest going dude here. My attitude is always listen, don't go, don't come giving me a bunch of bullshit. Just tell me what it is you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me decide if I want to roll with it or not.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's always the shit. You ain't got to try to make it sound like you're doing something good for me because you're not. And that's where you fuck up, is where you try to make it like, no, this is good for you, G. And then, of course, I already know what you're doing. So I look at it and I go, oh, well, yeah, I'm not better off today than I was yesterday now that this has been changed. So just don't dance around it. Just tell me what's up and let me decide, if I want to fuck with it or not. So I don't know how that's a Napoleon complex. He seemed to have misunderstood a Napoleon complex for a gangster who just so happens to be 5'4". You know what I'm saying? It's not a Napoleon complex. I'm not trying
yes.
to control
See,
anything.
so I don't know the situation at all, but I can understand somebody would say that and not know. They're just attributing short and then trying to call it something,
Yeah,
but it's inaccurate. And I would
it's
also say
inaccurate.
that is inaccurate.
Yeah, no, I'm just a
You're
fucking old
trying to
school
control
gangster.
you're trying to control you.
I'm just controlling. Listen, all I can control is I always talk about control. The only thing you can control is your reaction to things, you know, and you could also control to a certain extent how you allow people to treat you.
That is definitely true. I'm a
You
firm
understand what I'm
believer.
saying?
I'm
Like
a
they still might
firm
treat you like
believer in
shit,
that.
but then you either fuck them up or you move along, you move away from that person. You know what I'm saying? Now, this person, because a couple of times they spoke out of pocket to me, and I had to remind them that you're talking to a G. And if you want to talk that way to me, you have to earn that right to talk to me. And the only way you could earn that right to talk to me is by kicking my ass. So let's do it. Now, that's not a Napoleon complex. That's a G that's calling you out on your bullshit. Just to make that clear. Then it was also said that because I had said that this person took a joke from me. And once again, I didn't say they took a joke from me. I said that they came up with a premise that I was working on that they knew nothing about, but they saw me getting laughs on it. So they decided to start talking about that premise. And all I said was, listen, do me a solid. When I'm going up to headline, don't do that stupid joke. It's a stupid joke. And all you're doing is already talking about some shit that I'm going to go up there and talk about.
And a joke you have developed already.
And I don't do a joke on it, dude. It's about 8 minutes. It's an 8 minute
Yeah, of
fucking bit.
course. Yeah, of
You know what I'm
course. Of
saying?
course.
I don't have like little jokes. I don't do these little jokes.
You do a
So
lot you
so
do a lot of those knock knocks, right? Isn't that kind of your
yeah,
thing? A lot
yeah.
of
Knock knock.
lot of
Who's
knock
there?
knocks. Right.
Bang! Punch you in the face, asshole. But here's the thing. The motherfucker said, so they asked him about that. He goes, well, G's a conspiracy theorist. He thinks I was conspiring against him. And I'm sitting here going, well, first of all, dummy, just like your other fucking remark about the Napoleon complex, right? To conspire, you need more than one person. One person cannot conspire. And in no way, shape, or form do I think you and all the other comedians are trying to take premises and jokes from me. I do not think that at all. It's not a conspire. It's you're an asshole. You took a premise that you saw me getting laughs on that you know nothing about, and you started doing that joke. Now he claims he's been doing it for 2 years. Okay, whatever. He was doing it for 5 years. It doesn't make a difference. I feel what I feel. That's not a conspiracy because you're the only person I'm talking to. I do not think there's anybody else involved in this but you. And for it to be a conspiracy, it has to be more than one person. Learn the words that you use.
Should we get this comedian on the show?
Learn the words. We might have had him already on.
I know, but to talk.
Nah. I wouldn't even give him the platform. Wouldn't even give him the platform. In fact, if I was a really good friend, I would tell him, don't even put that out, dude, because you do not look good. I didn't even respond to anything he said because he did not look good.
Oh.
You know, he just doesn't look good. They asked him who's a better comedian, me or him, and he came out and goes, well, we're different. And right away, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm funny. You're not. And he's like, but we're different. There are times that, you know, I can't follow him, and there are times he can't follow me. When was there ever a time that I could not follow you? I definitely do not understand that. You know, once again, it just goes to show you how a person could be so out of touch with reality, you know. And then they said, you know, and he comes out and he says, we're just different. Then he follows it up with, well, you know, if I could sleep all day, I'd be just as good as he is. If I could sleep all day, because that's all he does is sleep all day. I got to work. And I'm thinking, first of all, you don't know me, obviously, because all the people who do know me know that the one thing I lack in life is sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep.
You sleep at weird times, but it's never for a long period of time.
No, I don't. And even when I sleep, I'm still awake.
Right.
I don't get good sleeps. But let's say I did sleep all day.
You actually always respond to me, probably within like an hour, anytime that I ever reach out to you.
Yeah, I listen. I nap a lot, but my naps aren't. I try to nap a lot.
That's because you're old, though. You know,
yes.
That's what that is.
Yes.
You know,
Go
I mean, that's the time of life you're in.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't sleep all day. But even if I did, so what you're saying to me is that I am so fucking good. I am so good at what I do that I do it in my sleep. I wake up and boom, new material. All I got to do is go to sleep. I'm so good at this shit that I make it up in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? And if I was a good friend, I would tell him, dude, don't put that out. You really look bad. You look like a jealous little idiot who's just talking nonsense. And that's why
I want to see the clip.
That's why I didn't even respond to it. Oh, he doesn't look good at all.
Do you have the clip?
Know what? I'm going to let him put it out.
Do you have the clip?
You know, no, I don't. You got to hit up your boy, Esco.
Esco?
Mm-hmm. He'll send it to you.
I'll hit up Esco.
All right. Yeah. I mean, but I'm just saying, dude, it was so foolish and he doesn't look good, but I'm going to let him put it out.
I miss you guys up there, bro. I do. I miss all of you.
I'm going to let him put it out. And the funny thing is, you know what? This is his warning of how bad he looks, but he don't watch my podcast. So he'll never know that I gave him a warning not to put it out. It's like Spank. Remember we had Spank on our show?
Yes.
When I used to do Rated G back in the day, Spank was like on our 3rd episode. We had Spank on. That episode was never put out.
Okay.
It was shelved. I called Let's Spank and I said, dude, I'm not putting this episode out. And he said, why not? I said, you do not look good. You don't look good in it, dude. You look like a maniac. You know, like all the things you're saying is insane. And these are things that I'm used to. I'm used to it. But if we put this shit out there, dog, you are not going to look good. And he said, I appreciate that. So I never put it out. We had him back on my show. And that was him tamed.
What?
That was Spank tamed.
When we had him?
When we had him on, he was very tamed and he still had you like a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was him on his best behavior. You know, so.
Where do you know him from? Was it no? You know,
that was my DJ from SSL.
Yeah, but is that how you met him? Was through that? Yeah. I didn't know. Did you know him before or no?
No, I met him. We met. I was working at Fireplace Studios interning. The manager came up and he said, "Yo, G, you said you were looking for a DJ, right?"
That's right.
I said,
yeah, that's right.
He said,
right.
"Yo, there's a dude down the block. He just started working here. He's about to come up the block. You should meet him." And then he came in. He literally walked in the door.
Right.
My man, the manager said to him, "Yo, that's my man G that I was telling you about." And he said, "Oh, you looking for a DJ?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I do beats too." I said, "Dope." He said, "You want to go hear some beats?" I said, "Yeah." We both left. That was his first day at work.
Oh,
we just
really?
walked out. We said, "Yo, you mind if we go to his crib?" He said, "Go ahead. Just make sure you're back at the time you got to leave." It was so great working there. And we left his first day at work. We both broke
I mean,
out.
that like makes sense though. That's how that kind of shit should run, right?
To an extent. I mean, but
I mean, what did you guys?
we were getting paid.
What did you guys go
I don't
do
think
though?
they should pay us to not be there.
I mean, what were you going to do? You're going to work, right? Wasn't that your job? You were making music or what?
Well, no, our job in the studio was to be assistant, engineers, clean up the studio, do whatever they need.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because I was working as an intern, so I was supposed to do everything. Papers need to go up and down the block. Shit needs to get picked up. Store visits, if they're not ordering, it's around the corner, whatever.
Yeah.
You do all that shit to get in. Then you become an assistant engineer, then an engineer, and so on. But I didn't go in there to become an engineer. I just knew how to do it. I took school for it. I went in there to meet people to make my band,
Got it.
and that's what I did within a year.
Yeah.
So that's how I met him. He left that same day and we started fucking listening to beats and shit. And he had some dope beats and we were both on the same page. And, the rest is history. We started, we became real good friends from there.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why even this dude, even this comedian is my brother. We've been through a lot of things together. He's like a cousin that, if I'm going to like a family barbecue, I'll be like, is cousin so-and-so going to be there? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, I mean, I know he's my cousin, but I really don't want to go. So he's family. We've been through a lot of things that I'll never forget. But as far as just,
is that
individual, you have to work on yourself, buddy. Don't expect me to respect you when you don't even respect yourself. It's the same thing.
I always had a lot of fun at AC Jokes.
AC Jokes is chilling, man. I love it. I don't,
I
don't got no beef with nobody. Although it might sound like I do, it don't. And if it was up to me, I'd protect this man and not put it out because it looks horrible. But whatever, put it out. You want to look like he's gonna become famous for being the crying little bitch on the reality show. He's gonna be that person. That's the person you want to be. Go ahead.
So
I don't even want to do it, to be honest. They keep fucking literally almost wrestling me to get in there just to do little skits, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this shit.
Yeah,
I don't need it. I really don't need it. But whatever.
No, dude, I feel you, bro. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Why not? Why would you? Why would you want? Like, if you don't want to do it, why would you do it?
I'm doing it for them.
I mean, I think you should do it personally. I think
I'm doing it for them because the reality is they kind of need me in it.
No, I think you should do it for yourself, bro.
This is what I do. This for myself. I do comedy for myself.
Well, now listen. Hear me out on this. They want you to do the show, right? But you do the show, but yes, yes, they're getting what they want out of it, but you should try to put your best acting forward. And if for some odd reason the show gets seen, you're the star, Well,
listen, I mean, I'm doing what I do.
I mean, it's free production for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm always being myself. But the truth is, like, I'm going to tell you what I told them. I don't want to be a reality star. I want to be a star in reality.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can understand that. I can understand that completely. I think that's very valid.
Reality stars. They wanted me to be on the first fucking when I first got signed. They wanted me to be on the first Real World. They wanted me to go audition to be on the first Real World. Really? I said no. Yeah, I said no. You're gonna lock me in a house with a bunch of idiots. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Wow. Okay.
I wasn't gonna do that shit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like your style.
Nah, and I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. I have a lot of regrets in my life, but none of them is for not selling out.
Right.
None of them. I didn't sell out. I could have been, my son says all the time, Dad, if you would have just sold out when Michael Kaplan asked you for that song, you'd be rich right now. And I'm like, yeah, I probably would be. But I didn't sell out.
Yeah, I respect that about you, man. I think that's
and this is a time when, everything was selling out back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were mad at MC Hammer for doing commercials. Now they all do commercials. Now they're all on fucking commercials. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different time, but I just personally went against my morals. And if it goes against my morals, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that at 23 years old. Now that I'm 52, almost 30 years later, do you think I'm going to do it now that I'm closer to death? Do you think I'm going to sell out my morals now when I'm just right around the corner from death's door? Why am I going to do that now? I would have did that shit at 23 where I knew I had more years
to
live
enjoy it.
out, to enjoy it. Yeah, but now what am I going to do? I'm going to sell out just for what? To get a new house and die in it? Fuck out of here, man. It's either going to happen or it's not. You know, it's not something I stress because the reality is I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already doing what I like to do, man. Look, we're here. We do our show. We've been picking up on followers. Big up to you guys. And like I always say, do not keep us the best kept secret, man. When people start talking about podcasts, tell them to check out Rated G, man. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, man. I'd love to hear from you guys. I will respond. You know, even if you're telling me I'm an asshole, I'll respond. You know, depending on how you say it, the response might be, "Where the fuck are you, son? You real tough over this fucking internet." Talking all that shit over this internet, son. Where are you? I've been getting into, I can't lie, man. Yo, the internet always wins. It's vicious.
It's undefeated,
I started
bro.
watching
Undefeated.
I started watching the celebrities read mean tweets. You
What
ever watched that
about
shit?
themselves?
About themselves? You never watched it?
No, dude, that's
You
great.
never watched celebrities
Nah.
who yo, hold on. I ain't gonna lie. I love this shit, yo. I fucking love this shit. I'm gonna send you one right now.
Come on.
Yo, these shits are so good. All right, I just sent it to you. These shits are fucking great. They always play the song "Everybody Hurts" while they're reading it. And I love these shits.
What did you send it to me on? Did you
Instagram.
Instagram?
The internet is raw. It's raw, and they send all these mean tweets. And I'm sure people have heard about it before. It's called "Celebrities Read Mean Tweets." And
what a great premise, man! Whoever thought this up, genius premise, man.
It's
genius,
fucking
genius,
great. It's great.
Genius.
Some
bro.
of them are so fucking funny, and people are just mean. They're mean as fuck.
Well, Tom Holland is an absolute wanker, and he's also Spider-Man.
Tom Hanks is so sweaty in Top Gun, get a shower, you smelly little dwarf. That I take personally.
Dakota Johnson has some serious nose happening. Cool.
This is just wrong. Shaq's penis is Kevin Hart. And you got a talented one.
Patton Oswalt is what happens when you bury Rosie O'Donnell in the pet cemetery. I have a movie pitch.
Regina King is too muscular. She liable to pull a out.
Henry Winkler is going to catch these hands. Shark jumping ass bitch, you Fonzie.
Really? You.
Well, Tom Holland is an absolute...
Dude, I watch these things all fucking day. When you need a little break from all the bullshit that's going on, throw that shit on, man.
Yeah, see, you can't sleep all day because you watch YouTube videos all day. Really, that's the difference, you know?
And that's work, though.
No, I mean, honestly, yes. Yes, it is.
It's work. I would not be sitting there watching these things if they didn't inspire me in some sort of way, you know?
No.
But those shits are great. Speaking of Tom Hanks.
Well, yes.
I just watched the documentary on him.
Uh-oh. Well, probably
that slimy fuck.
Probably wasn't a real documentary, right?
Well, what makes it real? If it's an hour long, is it real?
I don't know. What did you watch it on?
YouTube. I mean, listen.
Did it have a real voice, bro, or was it one of the artificial?
No, it was a real voice. It was a real voice.
Are you sure? Send it to me, bro. Because sometimes I don't think you know the difference between the AI voices and the.
No, it's a real voice. It's
nah,
a real
bro.
voice.
You're a child of the 70s, bro. You get fooled on the shit. You get emails that say,
"Look, just because I got a wife out in Africa that cost me $26,000 out of my fucking savings, what the fuck, man? That shit is real. Okay." She still writes me every now and then to tell me she still needs more money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But no, it was real. And here's the thing. You could double check everything they say. And basically what they were saying is that every movie that this dude has made, pretty much every movie he's made, it's all propaganda. It's all backed by the people that, like he did Sully, right? Sully was backed by the airlines. They were the biggest funds that gave into that shit. He did the movie Saving Private Ryan, backed by the army. He did the movie
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. That was probably backed by the army too.
What do you mean? What do you mean backed?
In other words, the
financed?
people put them financed. Yes.
Really?
Yes. All his shit has been financed by the government, or like the movie he did where he's stranded in the airlines. That movie.
Yeah. Okay. So
financed. So all his shit basically is all propaganda. All his fucking movies are propaganda. It's all to keep the big wheel turning. And then the fact he touches little kids. You know, his name came up as touching little kids on that Epstein list. And his ass moved to Greece. You know what I'm saying? Where, if I'm correct, Greece doesn't have any extradition because supposedly they were looking into him. I mean, those are all the things that I heard. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm going to say I believe it. I look at this man, and I was a big fan of his. I'm not going to lie. I was a big fan of Tom Hanks. I like all his movies. But it's all propaganda, people. All his movies are propaganda, and every movie that it's about, it's funded, you know, financed by whoever like is part of that movie. You know what I'm saying? If it's a movie, when he did the movie about being the captain of that ship that gets taken over by the fucking Somalians, that was by the Navy. The Navy fucking you know, and not only did they finance it, but they also cut out scenes and told them what they could and couldn't say. You know what I'm saying? So they also went over the whole fucking thing and tweaked it so that it didn't put nothing bad out that made them look bad. You know, once again, people, you could check this out yourself, man. It's not my job to fucking look up everything. I just read it and I'm sharing what I read or what I saw. But yeah, I mean, I've known for a while that he was a piece of shit, and I just watched that and I'm like, ugh. And then you look at he gets accused of being a child molester. He moves to Greece, and then after this whole thing is over, his next movie that comes out is he's defending a kid. He's like rescuing some 13-year-old kid that they're trying to buy or own or some shit. And he's trying to rescue this kid. That's his first movie that he comes out. The Kid Rescuer. Get out of here. You're trying to rescue the kid so you can put him in your own basement. Fucking adrenochrome drinking.
Bro, the Pentagon has a entertainment office that has two people in it. In this office, scripts are read, comments are offered, suggestions are made, and revised scripts are reread. Films that portray the military in a positive light are often given a green light, while films that are critical of the military or the wars it fights are, unsurprisingly, not given a green light.
Yeah, well,
Platoon,
all his movies get the green light.
Didn't get it.
Of course not.
Battleship, Top Gun, Acts of Valor, co-production with the military that starred real-life Navy SEALs. Black Hawk Down.
Oh, yeah, well, Black Hawk Down. What a movie that was. I've watched, if you watch the documentary, it's the first battle that we ever got that was 100% filmed.
Independence Day was not.
But all his shit gets greenlighted because he's a propaganda machine. He's put in there just to do propaganda shit. And we all trust this dude because he has that fucking something about his face makes you trust him.
Listen, man. Okay, sure. But Forrest Gump is one of the best movies of all fucking time.
One of my favorite movies.
It's
one of my favorite movies.
It's perfect. The acting,
and I like
writing,
his movies.
the directing.
And I like his movies. Speaking of movies.
How about Castaway? Who's Castaway sponsored by?
Castaway, they don't bring up. I would guess a couple of them, you know, it's probably Wilson. I wouldn't be surprised if that's fucking just Wilson, the company Wilson, which becomes his best friend. You don't have friends, buy a fucking soccer ball.
Volleyball, but that's all right.
Volleyball, whatever the fuck it is. Same shit. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of movies, man, I've been trying to watch movies that first of all, good movie on Netflix called The Bubble.
Okay.
Fucking funny as fuck. That movie was
funny
as fuck. It literally made me laugh out loud fucking a couple of times in the movie. It's called The Bubble, and it's about this production company trying to make a movie during the lockdown.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's a Judd Apatow movie.
Oh yeah, Judd Apatow. Yeah, it is.
Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah,
okay, I'll watch it.
You got to watch it. It's fucking hysterical.
I'll watch it tonight. Me too.
I will give my stamp of approval on that movie. I tried to watch Thor on Disney with my son the other day. Just to give you a rundown, he went to go see it by himself with his lady. She fell asleep, started snoring, and he had to leave. So we tried to watch it again with me. And we didn't get through the whole movie. We just turned it off halfway.
That bad?
First of all Disney movies suck now because they're all part of that woke agenda. So in every single movie, there's going to be the woke agenda.
Right.
You know, like right now in Asgard, you got fucking lesbians in Asgard. Okay. They're gods, but they're lesbians.
Now they're changing Splash Mountain. You know, Splash Mountain at Disney World has fuck, what was the name of the movie? But they had a song. It was about a movie, a cartoon from like the 40s or 50s, and they had a number in it, like a musical number called "Song of the South," and it was very racist.
Yes.
You know, and they got all those like little rabbits and like the briar patch and shit like that, and they're getting rid of that and making a new Splash Mountain about like some princess and a frog, Tiana.
Oh, the Princess and the Frog. I think that was the first black princess that they had.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm watching this movie, dude, and you want to know how like it's so annoying how they try to like push the agenda without, they try to make it subtle, but it's not. There's this one scene with Thor.
Well, it's not subtle to you, bro. I bet it's subtle to some people.
Dude, there's one movie with Thor. There's one scene, Thor, the girl Thor, and two other people try to sneak into this place. So to sneak into this place, they have to put on disguises, and they put on these robes.
Mm-hmm.
The first person robe is blue. The other one's is green. The other one's is purple. And then I said, I bet you that last one is yellow. And then sure enough, she throws the hood on. Boom, yellow.
Like the pride
And then
flag.
they're walking like the color of the rainbow. And they're the only ones in the different colors. Every other one is wearing different colors, but they got on the rainbow colors. Meanwhile, they're trying to blend in, but they stick out like a sore thumb. They look like a rainbow walking through the fucking crowd. And I'm like, really? Did they just put them in rainbow fucking, like, really? Is that where we're getting with this shit? We're going so deep in this shit that we have to put fucking rainbows. And how dare you fucking take the rainbow? I'll say it. How dare you take the rainbow? You know why they took the rainbow? Because the rainbow is the deal that God made with his people after he flooded everything with Noah. After he flooded Noah's ark, he put a rainbow in the sky to let him know that he would not destroy the world by water again. So that's like a pact. Every time you see a rainbow after it rains, it's a pact between God and man. At least that's the symbolism of it. And they go and they take the fucking rainbow. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because it's anti-God? I think so. You know, but every fucking little thing.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I'm looking up right now about the Bibles in Genesis.
Yeah, man. Look up what the meaning of the rainbow is, man. It's a pact between God and man. And of course, that's what they took, the fucking rainbow. You know? And from my understanding, everybody who thought I was bugging out when I said they're trying to legalize pedophilia, when you thought I was bugging out on that, bring up the map flag.
I want to see if I can find where the rainbow came from.
All you gotta do is put, what does the rainbow mean in the Bible?
No, I got that. I got that, but I want to see what they say the origin.
Well, I'm sure it's just some sort of scientific thing of reflections of the light and shit, right?
No. Why the LGBT community started using it? Huh? The hippie movement. That's what he says.
Yeah. Whatever.
What do you want?
And I ain't got no beef with nobody, people. I'm just saying that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a fuck what you do. So before you say I'm a phobic, I ain't scared of nobody. So before you call me a phobic, just understand this. It's like this dude saying I have a Napoleon. Understand the word you're using. And that's the problem, is that nowadays they're trying to change what words mean. You know what I'm saying? When you say phobic means scared. It means a fear. That's what a phobic is. If you have a phobia, that means you have a fear of something. I'm not scared of anything when it comes to people. Unless you're a fucking water bug, I am not afraid of you. You understand what I'm saying? So to call me this phobe or that phobe, you're only wasting your breath, because I'm not scared of anybody. I accept everybody, but just, stop putting that shit in my face. Like, stop forcing it down my fucking throat. So that's the map flag, right? Now bought into the LGBs, right?
Well, so there's some controversy over this flag.
I'm sure there's some that don't want it.
Well, there's some people that are saying that like it wasn't really a person who was like that designed the flag. It was just some therapist or something that made it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that a map actually designed the flag.
Yeah,
that was
true.
never my my assertion. What I'm saying is that there's a flag now, and I don't know if it's in yet or they're trying to get it into the LGBs. I don't know if it's been accepted, but go back to the flag just so you know what you're looking at. So when you start to see this flag, you know what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Just like all the other ones, it breaks down. Big up to Orange High C. One of the best high C's ever fucking made. All right, so you look at that flag, right? That one, the second one. So now you got the two pink lines on the bottom are for little girls. The two pink lines on the two blue ones on the top are for little boys. The yellows are for just young people. It doesn't matter if it's a little boy or a little girl. So the yellows means you have no preference, and that's the top and the bottom. And then the white line in the middle is for innocence, because they've never given in to these desires, supposedly.
The innocence of a person. This is creepy, bro.
All right. So talk to me again how they're not trying to make it okay, how they're not trying to sexualize little children. Talk to me again about that. Maybe we could discuss it over what you call it, reading. You know what I'm saying? Over some cross-dressing reading. We can sit there with the second graders and discuss it. Who's this chick right here? Let's see what she has to say.
She's just a therapist from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And
why do you think?
Most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population.
All right, pause that 1 second.
You may have noticed that I'm using the...
All right, now.
I want to see what she says the difference
I'm going to tell you what the difference is before she even says it. And I want to see if I'm right. Because I see where this is going. There's a couple of things wrong with what she first fucking said. They're the most vilified. Yeah, you know why? Because they fuck little kids. That's why. Because we need to protect people who can't protect themselves. That's why they're the most vilified. Okay. Then the second thing she says is, calling them a pedophile hurts their feelings. Oh my God, it hurts their feelings. We need to worry about, because they were born with these urges. Yeah, so is serial killers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's something wrong with your brain. I'm glad I don't have that. I have a little bit of empathy for you because I don't have that. And I honestly don't believe any of these people want to have that.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
so in that sense, I have some empathy for you. When you're in jail, like, in other words, put it this way. If you never touch a little kid, then don't go sharing those fucking thoughts in your head. We don't need to know those thoughts. Keep those shits to yourself, dog. Because once you start sharing out in the open those shits, then you keep talking about those shits. Next thing you know, you touching little ping pings. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're a villain. Okay? You're a villain. The only way I would know that you touch little kids is if you get busted for touching little kids or you have child porn or any of that shit. And if you have any of that shit, you deserve to go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
If all you have is the thoughts, and this is what I'm going to say. We're going to go right back to her right now. I'm pretty sure, and I'll stand corrected if it's not, but she's going to say the difference is a pedophile is someone who actually fucks little kids, and a MAP is someone who fights those urges and never went and did it. Go ahead, push play. Let's see if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
The term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them.
Stop that a second.
I also prefer personal.
Yeah, we hurl it at people who fuck little kids. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, pedophile. And she goes, pedophile, and puts the quotes as if that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like pedophile, like, yeah, that's what they are. And we hurl insults at them because they fuck little kids.
You're not wrong, G. I'm not gonna lie. You're not
insulting.
wrong.
Oh my God, we're hurting their feelings. So what? You're hurting little 5-year-olds' assholes. Yeah, push play on this fucking dingbat. How the fuck did she get a license?
Person first language that recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are. We are all
Bill Cosby was a great guy
with many different facets or parts of ourselves, and this includes folks who are attracted to minors. So to start with, let's talk about what a minor attracted person
Hold on a second. Can you pause that for a second? What is that picture over her right shoulder?
I can't really tell. It kind of looks like a pink cat or something with a
bird.
Face. Yeah, a bird or something.
Little bird?
Yeah, this is a parrot. This is a rabbit.
Oh, she got a llama. She got one of my headshots.
Where at?
Top left.
Oh, yeah. That is your headshot.
She got my headshot.
She's a fan,
All right, go
bro.
ahead.
She's a
let's
fan.
go.
Who they are.
Oh, my God.
This term simply means that the person has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is. You don't get to choose to be heterosexual or to be gay or whatever you are. And you don't get to choose to be a minor attracted person. Some minor attracted persons are attracted to a specific age range of minors, while some are not. And some minor attracted persons are exclusively attracted to minors and are not attracted to adults at all. Some minor attracted persons are also attracted to adults.
Yeah, adults that look like children.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she,
Miranda, I want to give you a special rated G fuck you shout out from the bottom of my full-grown adult balls. Fuck you, okay? And if you think for a second I'm going to give a shit about a person who wants to fuck little children, go fuck yourself. And I will say this, you're right. I don't think it's a choice. I'm glad I don't have that. I'm sorry if you do, but if you don't talk about it and you don't touch little children, then I'll never know about it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you want to touch little children, instead of trying to make a fucking flag for that shit, why don't you put yourself in therapy? But I guess the easier way is just to become a Democrat. Because it seems like all those fucking Democratic leaders, they all be doing that shit. And I think the Republicans do it too, but they keep their shit behind closed doors. You have to go behind those doors to find the Republicans who are fucking little bing bings and chochis, right? You got to go behind closed doors to find them. These motherfuckers do it straight up.
I don't think there's too many people in support of this though, bro.
Dude, then where is the outlash?
Well, dude, the Twitter comments on that video were overwhelmingly in agreement with us. Even there's a bunch of people saying this is the first time I ever agreed with this page, saying that they agree with going against the girl.
You're fucking insane. Well, I mean, the truth is your average Democrat, right? Or Republican, you know, that middle, like myself, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. Your average person ain't with that shit. They're not with that shit.
I would say most people aren't with that shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Because I would say most people are in the middle. That's what I would say. That's an assumption, but I would say most people aren't really far left or far right. They're kind of in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I look like I'm a Republican. I know I look like I'm a Republican, but believe me, people, I'm not. I love my drugs. I love my debauchery. I'm not. I just like a Republican. I'll do it behind closed doors where it fucking belongs. You're mad that people look at you a certain way, then don't put that shit out there. You fucking dummies.
You're not wrong, G.
I'm not gonna feel sorry for a person. I mean, listen, like I said, you get a little bit of empathy, a little bit of I know that that's some crazy shit with your brain, but go get help. Don't sit there and make it sound like that's a normal thing. It's not normal. It's not normal. You got motherfuckers that are touching children that are 2 years old, less, babies and shit. The fuck out of here. We're supposed to fucking care about their feelings? No. When you start to feel that way, know you're fucked. Know you're fucked and go get some help. Don't go sharing that with people like it's all right. Let some motherfucker talk to me and come out of it. I can't help it, but when I look at little kids, I'll be like, motherfucker. That's right, people. I said it once, I'll say it again. Acceptance is a slippery slope. I'm very accepting until I come across something that I just can't accept. I can't accept that.
And the line is different for everybody. But
we have to have some. And you're talking to
ones.
A dude that, like, when shit goes on with 16-year-olds, I'll be like, when I was 16, I don't know. I was hustling drugs. I was making money. I was taking advantage and robbing people at 16. So I don't know, But I still don't think, that 20, 30-year-olds should be fucking 16-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. It's just fucking wrong. And now that, and here's some other things, people. This is what happens when you start to like fucking give in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you start to give in, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Because now, they want to make it okay for brothers to fuck brothers and brothers to fuck sisters and sisters to fuck fathers and mothers. They're trying to make that okay too.
That's big, bro. That's big.
That's right in the back.
It's big online, bro. That's like the #1 category in porn. Is the incest shit, for real.
The incest shit. They're trying to get that shit.
Very strange.
I'm telling you, man. And then you're gonna have these fucking so-called.
Now this is
and what's gonna happen is you're gonna have these so-called professionals who are gonna come out and say, well, Einstein, no, Freud, Freud. He said that all children want to sleep with their parents, and they're going to try to make it like that's a good thought and that's fine. And there's no better love. There's no closer love. There's no closer love than loving your brother or your sister. Did you watch
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is all about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, historically speaking, like all the kings and queens, man, all those royal families, they all fucked each other. They were all related.
I'm not saying
cousins,
distant
cousins.
Look,
I mean, it's been going on forever. Like we talked about. Remember the young queen that was like three?
I'm not trying. Yeah. But look, I'm not trying, and I'll keep it real. This is another reason why I'm not a Republican. A Republican will want to throw your ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should go to jail because you fucked your sister. I don't think you should go to jail for that.
Well,
but I think
consensually, right?
I think, consensually, of course. Y'all fucked each other. Your sister fucked you. You fucked it. I don't think they should go to jail for that. But I think we, as a community, should be like, that's fucking wrong.
Weird, very weird.
That's wrong.
Yeah, because the kids.
That's it. I don't think we should, as a community, be like, that's okay. No, it's not okay. That's fucking completely wrong. All right. Do I think we should lock them up? No, I don't. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I don't know. Once again, it's not my business. I'm very much in the not my business shit. But what you're doing is wrong.
This has been a weird episode, bro. I'm not going to lie. We talked about some weird fucking topics this one.
I don't even remember how we got here. To be honest, I have no idea how we even got here, man. I think we started with, did we start just with the fucking internet?
No, we started with the joke stealing and the clips.
Oh,
and stuff
I
like
started
that.
with that shit. Yeah, I kind of had to get that off my chest.
That's
what
you.
I didn't throw them completely under the bus.
No,
I mean, look, I don't also want to give it up. You got to watch the TV series if you want to see it. It'll be in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm sharing something. I'm just not saying who's the person who said it.
Right.
So if you want to see who said it and you want to hear what went on through that, watch the series when it comes out. Yeah. If it comes out, when it comes out, whatever. I could care less. So we started with that, and then we went into the whatchamacallit thing, and then it went into Tom Hanks, and here we go. Here we go, touching little kids. We always come back to touching little kids.
Seems like that's the theme of the show.
I mean, and the truth is, people, like I've said it before, this is not a political podcast. I don't even
this is
vote.
Just what I mean,
I don't even vote. So it's like,
all our listeners, just imagine what it's like to be us, Think about that for a
And
second.
the thing is, like, I didn't.
The torture.
It's like what we said when we were talking to Mo that time, when we were talking to Simeon. You know, I didn't give a fuck about any of this shit until it affected me on a level that I couldn't go out and do what I had to do. Till they stopped me from being able to buy, sell, and move about freely.
And man, look at how quickly that has gone away from the conscious of our culture in this country.
Oh yeah,
it's
no one
gone,
even
dude.
Yeah, they don't care. No problem.
No
It's
problem.
very forgiving. Is it forgiving or just people are just so fucking dumb they just forget? Right? There's a thin line between forgiving and forgetting.
And a lot of people didn't think it was that big a deal when it happened.
Listen,
you remember that?
I think
you remember that? A lot of people.
A
lot of people didn't care.
Can I say something real quick?
No.
I talk all this shit, right? But Corona was great for me. It was great for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a person that doesn't mind being by themselves. I don't mind being. I like to read. I like to watch documentaries. I'm really good at masturbation. I like to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very good with being alone. So the lockdown, all it did was help me not to tell people, yeah, I really don't want to go out today. Right. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to chill. So there's a bunch of people that I didn't have to say no to. Right. So the lockdown in itself, I was working out. I was making my own food. I wasn't eating food outside. I was the healthiest I've ever been during the lockdown, you know? And then once we started getting the unemployment and once all that came in, I was doing good.
Yeah,
you know,
chilling
I was chilling. I bought a car. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking chilling. So the reality is, and it was good for me. There was a point, and I challenge anybody to tell me I'm fucking wrong. But there was a point I was doing more comedy than anyone else. I was getting more time. I don't give a fuck how famous you are. I was getting more time every week than anybody else.
Yeah, once
I
you
was
guys
doing two shows a night, 30, 40 minutes each show. The least I was doing was 25 minutes on a show, but I was getting a lot back then, 30, 40 minutes a show.
Yeah, I remember that.
A couple of hour ones, they let me go, you know, because there was nothing else going on after us, to be like, gee, if it's a good crowd, just go as long. I did like an hour one time and 15 minutes or some shit. I was doing consistently every single day, Monday through Sunday. I was up 2 times a night, doing at least an hour every single day.
Yeah.
During the whole lockdown, right when they fucking opened up the restaurants, boom, we were in it, selling out every night.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, good for me. You know what I'm saying? Because even these dudes, they would take days off. They'd be like, nah, I want you there. I didn't take no days off. Yeah, they had to force me to get off because I wouldn't go get tested. They banned me for supposed to be 15 days, but 7 days. Just to teach me a lesson, I guess. I don't know. You know, I skipped that class. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is the shit was good for me. Mm-hmm. Even having to wear the mask in the store, I didn't wear it nowhere, but if I had to walk in the store, even the mask in the store worked for me because I get into a lot of arguments with clerks. You know what I'm saying? So the next day I come back, change my hat, change the mask. They don't even know that was me, and I can still buy what I need.
And it prevents you from spitting on them too.
Yeah. It also kept the llama under control.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless it had to come out.
But yeah, so in that sense, it didn't really, you know, it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get to fucking, like, no, what was it? 2 hours. No, an hour, 45 minutes to get to New York.
Yeah, that's true, open. Bro. The traffic.
They were open. Now it takes me 2.5 hours.
How about parking? How about parking in Manhattan? How was that?
Horrible, but I didn't really go into the city, but it was horrible because they started putting all those things in the fucking streets, that other dumb shit. See, that's the thing. The thing is not that it affected me in a negative way. And in some ways it did. I mean, I did get sick. I don't know if it was Corona or not, because I didn't go to get checked, but I do know I got better. Right. In a lot of ways, I benefited from it, but that's what survivors do. You know what I'm saying? I did it on a survival level. These motherfuckers that benefited, the ones who put it into action, they made billions off that shit, you know? And my problem is not whether or not I was negatively impacted during that time. My problem is that they were lying from that shit. And I don't need your money. I'd rather make my own money. They stole an hour of time from me while we were locked down and everything was actually shut. You know, it wasn't until they actually opened the restaurants that I was able to start working. But all that other time, dude, come on, man.
Same, bro.
I got time for that.
I was shut down too, bro. As soon as the comedy club closed, my business was gone. You know, I didn't have any work. You know, they were really the only people employing me at that point. You know?
So, and then it's just the fact that they lied. They planned to do this. It was something that was planned to be done. They did it. They used us as guinea pigs. They fucking didn't give a fuck. And that's the shit that gets me. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that gets me, man. I ain't your bitch. I mean, I guess I am, but I'm not, but I am.
You are, yeah.
You know?
You know what I watched last night? I watched I'm getting into sci-fi movies. You seen The Matrix, I assume?
I was actually they have like all of them on.
Oh yeah, you should watch them, man. It's really, really.
I wanted to. I'm gonna keep it real. I was never a Matrix fan.
Dude, you would love it now.
Didn't like it, but I want to watch it now that I myself have swallowed
the red pill.
The red pill.
Yeah. Now
I would like to watch it and see kind of,
dude, it's awesome.
What the underlining shit is.
Such a good movie, and it's interesting to think about, you know, because it's about simulation theory, and we haven't talked about it this much on the show, but I do think it is something that you would be into. I think you would be into. You know, what do you think? You think it's possible?
Man, imagine, man, me and you are just laying in pods right now with shit in our head, really like this, and all this shit is going on, and we think it's real.
Yeah, that we have simulated computers in our simulation.
I'm not there yet. I still think I'm real.
You think what do you think about the Earth? Are you where were you at on the flat
and that's
Earth
the other
thing?
thing too. He said he's a flat earther. And the thing goes, you can't listen to anything Gary says. He's a flat earther. And I'm not a flat earther. I'm a round earth skeptic.
Did you say that? Did you have a rebuttal?
I replied to that, yeah. Only because it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back and replied to that. I said, hold on, I want to make a reply for that. And that was my response. I'm not a flat earther. I'm a round earth skeptic. That's very different. That means I don't believe in either way. What I'm saying is either way is possible. That's what I'm saying. I'm also saying I don't give a fuck. You know, I really don't. I just won't be surprised when they tell us it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
Which ain't really, and we've already shown that that's not really a crazy theory. There were times throughout times that people went from round to flat to round again, right? We looked that up.
Several times.
Several times. So it's not like what, you know, and right away people go to cast it out just because you have an open mind, you know. I mean, I heard a dude make a point the other day. That was an interesting point. He said that Navy ships will use a laser and target ships that are like mad miles away, you know, and yet a laser just goes straight. Huh. And they were saying that the miles that the laser can target somebody is further than where the curve would be. So there should be some curvature. And the brother was saying that, you know, a laser only goes straight. That's a great fucking question. That's all I'm saying is that's a great question. I'm not saying, oh, you proved it to me. The world is flat. You proved it. No, because I don't really know much about fucking lasers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe they got some curvy ass lasers. I don't know. You know, as far as I know, lasers can only go straight. So I'm saying that's a good question.
Oh, the thing I'm seeing about this laser is saying it shot down a drone. So it went up.
No, the dude was saying how they're able to like target ships.
Oh, so it's not a laser weapon. It's the targeting part. That's the laser.
It's the targeting that's a laser. And then they'll shoot the missile and you know, you shine the laser on it and the missile goes to where the laser is. I know they got that because I played it in in Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? So if it's in Call of Duty, they have that shit. I mean, I don't know about the new ones now where they have all these space weapons, but you know.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? No way is this shit real. Do you see this thing?
No, I think that's Photoshop.
Pushing to high energy lasers.
But I think they Photoshopped to show the point. You understand what I'm saying? That they're trying to make. I think that's trying to show the point that they're trying to make, which is if it was curved, they wouldn't be able to target it with a laser. I guess that's what they're trying to say. You know, I don't know. But I will say this, it's a good question. That's all. And all of a sudden I'm an idiot because I don't take somebody's word for it that I don't know, that I've never met. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. I mean, look at all the people that fucking don't even know shit about Fauci. No one knew who Fauci was before 2019. No one even knew.
Well, no, they did, bro. Remember, he was the AIDS guy. People knew
yeah, but nobody really, dude, nobody paid the way people pay attention to shit now. They weren't paying attention to shit like that back then.
Yeah, and because the internet wasn't around. You would have had to read a newspaper.
The internet wasn't around. You had to take whatever the media gave you. And what they were giving us is what we accepted.
Right.
Back in that day, I wasn't really questioning the news like that.
When do you think that turned? When do you think the big turning happened? Do you think it was 9/11?
For me, it was 9/11.
Yeah, I think it was like that.
Because I'm going to tell you, I always believed that, Kennedy was a conspiracy. I always believed that. I never really believed that we went to the moon, but yet for some reason, I didn't think the media was being used to lie to us. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't that deep. I believe that those two things weren't true the way they said it. I believe that because I just looked at the evidence of the movies, and then the movies made me read books, and then I started reading books on it and the magic bullet and shit that disappeared and shit that's just in there, Yeah, they killed this motherfucker and it was a cover up. It wasn't that one dude. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. And when 9/11 hit, I believed it.
I mean, said, dude, we talked about your story.
You were under attack, man.
Yeah, you were in the city too. Did you see the tower come down or no?
Yeah. Well, the first one I went to get a bacon and egg. Right. It's fucked up, dude. But I didn't think they were gonna fall. So I figured I'd be looking at a burning hole for hours out the window. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, fucked up, but what do you want me to do? It was, I got there at 6 a.m. I was hungry. I was on 34th Street.
34th
Street. 34th and Broadway and 6th Cross right there at the mall. I was on top of the mall.
Okay.
Clear view right out the fucking window, straight down. We were on I forgot what floor, but clear view straight down. And I saw the second building. I didn't see the second building. I was cleaning. My man said a plane just hit the building. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He said, yeah. I said, word? He goes, yeah, you could see it through the window. So I went to the window. I saw the hole. I saw the smoke. I was like, wow, that's fucked up, And I said, well, I was trying to look at it like, well, everybody underneath those floors are definitely going to get out of there.
Right.
That was my mind. Like everyone underneath those floors are going to get out of there. I knew they had something in play if a plane hits that shit. Mm-hmm. They had some sort of evacuation shit,
Of course.
And once again, I'm just looking at it just from, I don't know shit. I'm just looking at it. I'm desensitized in life.
Isn't that interesting though? Like how your mind immediately went to that. Yeah,
that's how
there's a plan. There's a plan in place. Like we've been accustomed to believe that there's a plan for everything.
Well, what happened
when chaos ensues, there's no plan.
Yeah, there's no plan when chaos ensues. But what happened was I was driving by that. I don't know if it was a year before or a couple of months before. I couldn't tell you how far it was before this happened. But I do know before this happened, I was driving down the BQE. I think that's what it is. And there's this part where you see it right there.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
It's right there. Yep. And I remember saying to my man.
Or the Belt Parkway. Is it the Belt Parkway?
It could be the Belt, whatever it is, where you come around that turn underneath that shit. You can even go upstairs and park your car and you know, and you could see it clear. It's right there, huge. And I remember saying to my boy, yo, dude, that shit is right there, like a fucking target. I said, what happens if a plane hits it? And he was like, I think they have something. And I looked it up. And I read about how it could take a hit from I think it was a 777, that it, some big ass planes, it could take a hit. I read how it was made to move because of the wind and that, so I read the way it was constructed. So I don't know if that played a role in my thinking. I just looked at it kind of like in a sensical way. I was like, well, whoever's above it, is going to get out. But then I also thought, damn, but that shit's pretty low. Whoever is above it is going to have some problems. And then I said to myself, I wonder if they're going to bring in helicopters. I would guess they would tell those people if they can't get down to go up. That's what I was thinking, So I'm thinking, I'm probably going to see helicopters coming and taking people off. I did not think the building was going to go down. You know what I'm saying? Didn't think that at all. And at the time I thought it was an accident, So I was like, yo, let me go back to finishing because I know that right now this is going to be the day. Everybody's going to be looking out the window to see what's going on. I'm expecting eventually you're going to see helicopters. Even my man was like, well, look at all that smoke. There's no way they're going to be able to get helicopters in there because that's what I thought. I went back to cleaning and then he said another building got hit. And I said, you're fucking lying. He goes, dude, another building got hit. And then I went over, saw that the other building got hit. And then I realized it wasn't an accident. We had the radios on. The radio, there were people in the building that were on the phones calling into the radio stations. It was crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? So then at that point, I said,
what were they calling into the radio stations and saying?
People were like, I'm in my office. I don't know where to go.
Oh,
some people were telling
the towers,
from the towers saying, telling their family members they love them. Shit like that. It was crazy, dog. It was crazy. So I'm desensitized, but also I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to keep it 100, I called up, found out that my wife was safe. I found out that my kids were safe. And that at the time was what I had to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So once I saw the second one, right away, I realized that, all right, no one's working today. It's fucked up that that's the first thing I thought, but that's what I thought. No one's working today. But I figured we'd all be watching what's going on, Right. So I went out to get a bacon and egg sandwich because I hadn't eaten, dog, and I was hungry. I will say this, I didn't eat it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't eat it. I went to go get a bacon and egg sandwich. I was supposed to get fired that day. I went to get a bacon and egg sandwich. And then when I came out from getting the sandwich, the building was gone, the first one. I said, where the fuck? And they said, the building collapsed. I said, get the fuck out of here. Couldn't believe it. I went back to the office. I took like 2 bites of the sandwich. And then I guess it hit in and what really just fucking happened. And I just threw the sandwich out, of course, and started watching. And there were still people on the phone, dude, talking about they saw the other building come down. Yo, craziness, dude, craziness. And I'm watching that shit. And then I saw it go just like this. Started swaying. And then it just came down. And I just kept going, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, and everyone was screaming in the office. And then at that point, I said, I'm out of here. That's when I left. But I believed what they said. I believed we got attacked. I was pro-Bush. Go get him, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone was, dude. The whole country, man.
I was too, dog. I'm not gonna
united.
lie.
That was the last time we were all together.
My brother right away was like, nah, it was this. And I said, dude, everything's not a conspiracy. Because my brother was very into conspiracies. And he also thought the TVs were watching him and all kinds of shit. He was going through some shit at the time. So I was like, dude, everything's not a conspiracy. Then I started watching some shit on it and started looking at what they were saying and saying, well, wait a minute, that's not what was being said before. And then, of course, I was like, what happened to Building 7? Why is Building 7 on fire? I said, how did Building 7 catch fire? 2 buildings got hit, 3 buildings caught fire. And I couldn't understand how. So it was all these things. And then I started hearing things. And then I realized it's not what they're saying. Especially once I realized we went into a country that had nothing to do with it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like we went into a country, I think that might've been not the first time, but we invaded that country straight up. And I was like, wow.
It was Iraq too. Remember we went after Iraq?
Yeah, we went into Iraq.
Which didn't really make any sense.
It made no sense because I was like, wait a minute. There were no Iraqis on the plane, So, that's when I first started really questioning shit. And maybe I questioned it harder because it was actually in my time and I witnessed it. And as I started, questioning it and reading things and watching, documentaries and all these other things, I came to the I feel what is the most logical conclusion that I don't know what happened, but I know what they're telling us happened didn't happen.
The weird thing is when people have said that the towers didn't come down, I can never understand, that stuff was always very strange to me,
That the towers didn't come down?
Yeah, there's people who say that too. That that and Holocaust and stuff didn't happen. You've heard those crazy people?
Well, yeah, I don't even know. They must not live in New York.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess if you don't live in New York, it's easy to say they never came down and they're still there. I mean, but I was there.
So what I mean, it's
And I found it very weird that day too. The more I started to question it, the more I started to realize it was very weird the way that building came down. I mean, but I couldn't believe that it came all the way down and straight down. Straight down. It didn't twist and like fall to the side and hit a bunch of other buildings. You know, it just came straight down. And that was always already kind of in the back. That was kind of weird, but I still accepted what they were saying. It wasn't until, you know, that movie that what's his name did is the movie that really made me really start questioning it.
Which one? Which one?
That the first big movie that came out about it.
Oh, the Michael Moore?
Yeah, the Michael Moore movie.
Yeah.
That was the first one that made me really question it. Like, yo, okay, there's questions here. That's all. Look, if you could answer the questions and they're logical answers and I could receive them and say, okay, then I believe you. But, you know,
I mean, dude, and then you
look, to believe what they say, to believe the narrative that they're giving, you have to believe it blindly.
And now 21 years later, bro, you know, knowing what we all know, what the fuck happened afterwards. Yeah. You know, you're talking about Iraq, you know, having no weapons of mass destruction.
Yep.
Right. You talk about us going into Afghanistan for 20 years, fucking everything up and then backing out.
Yep.
You talk about, you know,
all the rights they've taken from us.
Yeah, all the surveillance rights through the Patriot Act. You talk about the heroin problem in the US and the pharmaceutical problem, and Afghanistan being the number one provider of those pharmaceuticals
Well, I mean, I know Marines that said that they were guarding poppy plants.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, there's a logical, reasonable explanation for that too, right? Like you need the help from the poppy farmers to fight the Taliban, allegedly, you know. But still, you know, what else are they doing with it, bro? I mean, you know, we know from Vietnam that they were shipping that shit back to Frank Lucas. You don't think that was going on now? You don't think the cartels, you know, are involved with the U.S. government like that? They got to be.
Look, I mean, if it's out here, who's bringing it in? We're not, you know, we're not bringing it. I don't know anybody who owns boats or planes.
Right.
So at the end of the day,
it's got to be getting in somehow. Yeah.
Of course, man. I mean, how many times? Look, how many times when you look at the Contra shit, has the Americans gotten busted selling weapons and drugs to fund shit? Let's keep it real. It's not a secret. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is been proven. Put in your own work and fucking look it up. But it's been proven every time, you know, the Contra shit and all that, they were selling guns and they were selling heroin and they would do to take the money to fund.
Dude, did you
whatever
know
they were doing.
Did you know that floors 9 and 10 of 7 World Trade Center were Secret Service's office, and the CIA also had offices in Building 7?
Yeah. Did you know that in Building 7, the day before, Cheney had just spoke about how 3-point-something trillion, 7.3 trillion, or even more, was missing. And they were doing the accounting in that building. That's where the accounting was being done, in that building. The very next day after Cheney came out and said that something 0.2 trillion. I think it might even be, why am I thinking like 32.2 or 9.2 trillion was missing. You know, it was coming up missing when they did the fucking, you know, when they did the numbers, it was missing, and they were doing the accounting in that building.
What are you talking about? The accounting for what?
The accounting for, I don't know, for the government, I guess. There was a bunch of, all right, Google, Cheney reports trillions missing day before 9/11. There you go. Because he spoke about it. I actually just watched, because now that 9/11 is here today, you know, all those things are popping up of, did you know this? Did you know that? Did you know this? And I just recently watched again the actual footage of him saying it. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to find it on that, but they had it on Instagram for a minute. It's probably down now. But yeah, a bunch of money went missing, and the accounting that was looking into that money, which was in the trillions, that much I know for sure. Exactly how much, I don't know, but it was in the trillions. That's where they were doing the accounting, in that building, Building 7. And, you know, oops.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I can't really.
Why do I feel like I could find it? Watch me find it, man, because I'm good. I know how to question. You got to know how to question it, man. You know what I'm saying? Cheating reports, trillions.
No, I mean, because there's something about Donald Rumsfeld talks about the Pentagon losing 2.3 trillion.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Missing from the Pentagon. Yeah, it was from the Pentagon. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got mixed up. It was from the Pentagon.
Yeah. Yeah. So the day before the attack, former Donald Rumsfeld admitted that the Pentagon lost $2.3 trillion from its budget.
2.3. Yeah, it was missing from the budget. And then the Pentagon got hit. Yeah, that's what it was. They were doing the accounting there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many things. There's so many things, man. You know, the Pentagon is the most filmed fucking building in the world, if I'm correct. There's more cameras on that shit than anywhere else. And on that day, we got one footage of just what appears to be an explosion. You do not see a plane hitting that shit, nor would a plane be able to penetrate that shit. Planes aren't made of heavy. It's airfoil. Birds hit that shit and make holes in them. You know what I'm saying? It's airfoil, man. That ain't no real heavy. You know, it's heavy because of the engines and shit, which would have been left outside, which would have stayed outside, which would have broke off. This ain't fucking Looney Tunes, man. Planes don't go into buildings and leave shapes of planes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. What happened? I don't know. I wasn't there in any of the meetings. But what I know for sure is that what they're telling us, and what I mean by them is the official story, that a bunch of dudes with razor blades took over planes. And that's not what happened. All right? Mm-hmm. It's just not. That whole let's roll shit never happened. All propaganda. You know, I'm surprised Tom Hanks hasn't made a movie where he says, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? It's all propaganda. And that's all I'm saying, man. And you know what? I lost a dear friend. Big up to you, man, Manny, man. Mojica, a brother from the neighborhood and a good dude, fireman, you know.
Very close to where that plane went down.
That's right, Judy. A while ago, I walked right up to next to the building. Firefighters were still trying to put out the blaze. The fire, by the way, is still burning in some parts of the Pentagon. And I took a look at the huge gaping hole that's in this sideway. But from my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon. The only site is the actual side of the building that's crashed in. And as I said, the only pieces left that you can see are small enough that you could pick up in your hand. There are no large tail sections, wing sections, a fuselage, nothing like that anywhere around.
Black box.
We're at a hotel in Arlington, Virginia. It shows the explosion that followed the crash of American Airlines Flight 77 into the Pentagon, but the video does not show the airplane. The video's existence was disclosed in 2002.
Look at that.
A hotel manager says it was confiscated by the FBI. It was just publicly released as the result of a lawsuit.
Come on, man. Oh, I think we're supposed to see. Yeah, that is kind of like, why is this so choppy and shit?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know,
I mean, it's Pentagon footage. Yeah, look at
what
that.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's. I knew that's what we were looking at. I knew that's what we were going to look at. Yeah, give me a break. Well, where's the plane? It's a magic plane. But I'm the one that's bugging out. Where's the plane? You know what I'm saying? Look how low that person would have. Was that a plane? That doesn't look like
this right here, bro.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. That's not a plane.
You see that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
It's the shape and the color of a plane.
It looks white. Not? It looks like a white missile to me.
But it seems like it seems like it's something that's driving on the ground.
But you know what? I can't even go for that because that could also be edited. That one right there could actually be edited. They could put that little thing there. All these could be edited.
Yeah.
So you got to take them as face value. I mean, but I don't think that that news report was edited. I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I was like listening to some of the things. So like, look, like when you
outside the post to where that plane went down.
That's right, Judy. A while ago, I walked right up to next to the building. Firefighters were still trying to put out the blaze. The fire, by the way, is still burning in some parts of the Pentagon.
I remember a lot of the reports that day. I remember when the firemen came up and the fireman said he heard explosions.
Yeah, but bro, your memory, dude.
There's certain things I remember. I don't question my memory. The shit that I don't remember, I don't remember. The shit that I do remember, I remember. Okay? The shit I know, I know. Fuck you talking about? Questioning my fucking shit. Look, I am fucking right more than I think.
The same is also true as you're also wrong way more than you think.
No, that's not true. I'm actually wrong.
Yes.
I usually think I'm wrong. I'm never surprised. Like even just now, I wasn't surprised when I was wrong about what building. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm just saying there's enough questions that need to be answered, and the fact that they don't get answered or the answers that they give are bullshit, it's enough for me not to believe it. And that's where it began. It began on this day. How many years now?
21, man.
21 years ago. This day is when I swallowed the red pill. Probably a week after this day, I swallowed the red pill.
The funny thing is, man,
I've been, researching, looking at shit, digging in rabbit holes. That's why when people ask you, where do you get that information, man? Listen, go in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to jump in the hole. You got to swallow your own pill, dog. I can't swallow the pill for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, before you sit there and question me and look into it. Just Google the shit that I'm saying and look into it and then dig into it and then see where the information comes from, man. Don't get mad at me. I don't believe every single conspiracy that's out there at all. Yeah. At all. There are a couple that I just wouldn't be, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if any of them were real. I wouldn't be surprised. But there's some I believe more than others.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then what happened? I don't know. I wasn't in on the meeting. You want me to tell you what happened? I don't know.
You weren't there?
I can give you a theory. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't know. I can tell you what didn't happen. What they're saying happened didn't happen.
It's usually the case.
That's it. Can I tell you what happened? There are some facts in there. I did lose a friend and 2,000 something other people lost family members and friends. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it happen? I don't know, but I know it ain't the reason they're telling us. That's it. I'm not insensitive to the fact of what went on, but that's what you got to understand. They look at us as collateral damage, yo.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a fuck about us. They look at us as collateral damage,
and
who are they? Them. I don't know who the fuck they are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh, gee.
How about we put up another mean tweets?
Want to watch another one? All right, send me another one. I got to pee real quick. Send me another one.
All right, we're back from his pee break. And to lighten shit up just a little bit, here's another fucking celebrities reading mean tweets.
Is that the motto for your penis?
Well, Kelly Clarkson is on time.
Comment. Is that the motto for your penis?
Well, Kelly Clarkson is on time to go poop.
Charlie Wilson reminds me of that old creepy uncle you weren't allowed to be alone with growing up.
Damn.
I imagine Wiz Khalifa smells like Biz Marquis's toilet brush. Drake looks like a ferret with a baby afro.
Don't understand the world's obsession with One Direction. What is attractive about little boys with gross hair and skinny jeans?
Of course.
If Lionel Richie wants once, twice, 3 times a lady, then he's a picky Pick what you can get.
I love how music takes you away to another place. Like Mumford & Sons is playing at this restaurant, so now I'm going to another restaurant.
Common.
Oh, man. People, I love that shit. I love how music takes you to other places. Like Mumford & Son is on in this restaurant, so now we're going to another restaurant.
It's funny that the people who wrote those tweets probably don't even know that they did that.
Oh man. What's even funnier is it was probably the writers who wrote those tweets and made them read them.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Probably,
but the internet always wins, man.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know, they don't give a fuck. It sucks, man. See, that's what these people will never know. I remember, like, in my day, dude, you did some stupid shit. You know, the only ones who knew about it was whoever was there, and maybe, you know, as the story got told in your neighborhood.
Right. People would
You
find
know what
out
I'm
about
saying?
it.
But now you get your ass kicked and you're going to McDonald's in another fucking city. And they're like, yo, ain't you that dude who got your ass kicked by that 16-year-old? And you be like, motherfucker, I didn't sleep for 2 days. I was tired. You know, he was bigger than me. He's a fuck, he was 16. The motherfucker weighed 225, motherfucker. Like, it's fucked up. You can't do anything no more.
You would think
Bernie
it would keep
Sanders was minding his own business. Cold, like old men get. Just sitting there.
He had some nice mittens on.
And all of a sudden he's everywhere on memes. You know, Jordan showed some emotion and cried. And they got that crying Jordan picture.
Dude, I wonder what he thinks about that, bro.
Everywhere, man.
I wonder if he's ever commented
I'm
on
sure
that.
he hates it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm sure he hates it. He doesn't seem to me like a dude that is going to see the funny side of that shit. You know? I'm pretty sure he hates that shit, but it's everywhere, man. It's like, no matter what you do, you show any emotion. Any emotion. I remember watching the Super Bowl when it was Mary J. Blige was with you know, with all the hip-hop dudes. When she flopped to the floor, the first thing I thought was, oh my God, there's gonna be about 1 million memes of that by the time this performance is over.
Right.
And sure enough, there weren't.
Oh, no?
No, I mean, not sure enough, but wildly, there wasn't. I've actually only seen maybe 1 or 2 since that's happened.
Well, who was it that fell?
She didn't fall. She like throws her, she flops herself down. Mary J. Blige, who I love, Mary. I'm a big fan, but I got to be honest, that did not look good. It just did not look good. At the end of the performance, she kind of just flops down. Kind of like, you know, that move that
what was it? What was this at the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. Yeah, Mary flops at the Super Bowl. Put that in. That's probably where you'll see. I couldn't believe it. And there wasn't that many. That bugged me out. I remember when Shakira did I remember when she did that, I said, and that was everywhere. I knew that was coming. Like now I watch things and right away I think that's going to be a crazy meme. You know what I'm saying? Now I watch it and I'm like, that's going to be a crazy meme. You can't do anything. You can't even show real emotions, man. You know, you go out there, you show some real emotions, and next thing you know, you're one of those when my lady says she's leaving me, and that is your reaction. This is it. Yeah, this is it right here. You gotta go to like right to the very end of her performance. Play the music, man. So you really see it. Mary, looking a little thicker than usual. That's all right. She still look good.
That's
there
it.
Is. No. Ah! There it is. You saw it?
Dude, yeah. How could I not see it?
You saw it?
Yeah.
She like, and then her legs go up and flop down. It's not. I thought that was going to be everywhere. Come on, you wouldn't have thought that the minute you saw it?
Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more. You know, I don't think it was that over the top.
Dude. She threw herself down, let her legs flop up and flop down, looking like a Peniel, dude. Come on, man. That was not attractive.
No, it wasn't attractive, but it wasn't that unattractive.
But I love you, Mary. I know you'll never hear this, but if it ever gets back to you, just know I love you because, you know, I don't care. I'm not always looking good, and I've made some bad decisions too. So,
yeah. I mean, she sang great. That was a good halftime performance overall.
That was a great halftime performance.
The best in recent memory.
I'm sure if I looked it up, there's probably mad symbolism to it. I'm sure it was riddled. I'm sure it was riddled with Illuminati symbolism. I am 100% sure that if you looked up right now, Dr. Dre halftime show symbolism or satanic symbolism, something will pop up. Guaranteed. There are some things I know. Something will pop up. There's probably all kinds of shit with the fact that it was all white. One of them was probably wearing black. You know, something was going on. They had children under the stage. Something, dude. I'm telling you, if you look it up, did you put it in? Did something pop up? I don't need to know what it is, but did a bunch of shit pop up? What'd I tell you? What are some of the symbolisms they're saying? Is there anything short? See, there's some things I know. I do know how conspiracies work. And I also know that, you know, I've done a lot of research on the music industry and Illuminati in the music industry and how, you know, how fucked up it is in the music industry. So, you know, I know that when it comes to videos and shit like that, there's always a bunch of symbolism in it, you know, going back to Illuminati and Satanism and shit like that.
The time. Last year, we had all of these buildings behind The Weeknd as he started his performance, and they seemed to be representing how everyone was on lockdown, and maybe the kind of turmoil and the kind of like mental difficulty people were going through at the time as there were all these signs behind him.
For some reason, and it's not just because of his flamboyancy. Believe me when I say it. It's just that it sounds more like he's giving his own kind of. There's ones that you can go into where they say, you know, this is there, and they break it down. That's more like of an opinion, you know. But I'm not wrong. I knew that mad people were gonna say that there was, you know, mad symbolism in that, you know, and they do it with everything. Like you could break down New York, the video New York with Jay-Z, man, they break that shit down hard. They got like a bunch of stuff on that. And I got caught up in that for a while. I went down that rabbit hole. And I can't say what's what, but I do know that, you know, listen, the artists come out and say that this shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
You think Snoop Dogg's involved? He's got to be, right?
He's pretty
deep, dude. No one's deeper than Snoop, bro.
But I mean, it's not like some people can't make it on their own.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Look at Snoop's history, bro. Look at Snoop's history. It's very similar to Jay-Z, but people don't.
They really don't put him in that. I've never heard anything really on Snoop.
Exactly. Isn't that interesting? Came up around the same time as Jay-Z.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
people as Jay-Z.
True.
It's just arguably just as big as Jay-Z, if not bigger, bro. Everyone loves Snoop Dogg. My dad loves Snoop Dogg.
No, everyone loves Snoop Dogg, but was he bigger than Jay-Z? Well, now, yeah. Now he owns his own record label. He owns Death Row. I don't know. I could say I never really heard anything about him.
Oh, he's only worth 150 million.
Yeah, Jay-Z's much bigger than that.
Someone just knocked on my door, bro.
So leave him.
Hold on.
You're not expecting nobody, man.
I don't know who it is.
We don't do drop-ins anymore. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, dude? You're working. This is what, you know, you try to be professional, right? And you know shit is fucked up when I'm the one that's being more professional. That's when you know things, you know, should probably be looked at in a different light, you know, I don't know, maybe a new producer. You guys, tell you what, tell me in the comment if you think I should start looking for another producer. Let us know. And
hit us up in the comments.
That's what I said. So put it in the comments.
He's only worth 150 million, bro. Snoop Diggity Dog.
All right, and how much is Jay-Z?
A billion.
You know, like I said, I never heard nothing with Snoop Dogg. And you say only like that's nothing.
1.3 billion is Jay-Z.
Yeah, 3. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like that's what we're talking about. Right? You could get the money of Snoop and not because you know what it is. He had enough charisma and following. You know, that's the thing. Your following, if you got a good following, then they could take you places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a good following, they could take you places. It's a matter of, you know, like I said, they bring you into that circle of like 7 dicks and they ask you, how famous do you want to be? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing of you can do shit on your own. I mean, look at Dave Chappelle. I don't think I've never heard of anything of Dave fucking selling out or, you know, giving in like that.
But
you know, Cat Williams.
You're right. Yep.
Cat Williams is another one that goes against it, you know, and they get as far as their followings take them, which is far enough for me.
Adam Sandler, the same way.
I never really heard nothing about Adam.
He's got mad money, bro.
Oh yeah, Adam is paid, but I've never really, his name has never come up in those conversations,
Seinfeld
which shows that it's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what it shows. It shows that it's not everybody. But yeah, man, you want to make those
it can't
billions.
be everybody, right? Obviously, it can't be everybody. You know,
some just make it through.
That's what it is. We are not those some.
Some just make it through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the industry is fucked up. I mean, I know they were trying to groom me. You know what I'm saying? I was just ungroomable. And they figured that out very quickly, you know, and once they figured that out, that's when, you know, the label shut down on us. So yeah, I mean, if you don't play the game, you're not going to get to certain spots. You got to play it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. What are you going to do, bro? You know?
I'm going to keep grinding like I grind, and hopefully this following will take me further than my last following.
Yeah. Well, that's
I always tell my people, I don't care who's in control of whatever. The only people who actually affect my life, unless the government goes and shuts down everything. But if shit is open, the only ones who affect my lives are you guys, the listeners. You're the ones who could change my life. You're the ones that can get me into a nicer neighborhood other than AC. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that much in life. You know what I'm saying?
He just needs Ventnor, people. Come on, let him upgrade to Ventnor. You know,
yeah, let me upgrade to Ventnor, man. You know what I'm
saying? A couple
saying?
bucks south.
Yeah, nah, I'm willing to go like 30 minutes out where it's cheaper. But I'm just saying, like, I don't need much. And the only people that can really change my life are the people who come to see my shows and the people who listen to our shit. Those people have a direct way of changing my life, because the more that listen to me, then, you know, the more that like our shit, subscribe and all that shit, then that affects me in a positive way, which allows me to continue to do what I do.
We appreciate that, fans.
That's why I love you guys, man. That's why I love you guys. You know, some people say it, I mean it, even the crazies, because most of my followers are a little crazy. I got a lot of crazy followers, man.
They are.
You know,
they are. Speaking of crazy followers, we got to get Mike Z back on for a Flat Earth episode.
Big up to Mike Z. Yeah, he hit us up, right, to see about the yeah. I want to see it, because I wasn't flat smacked. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, and I want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm easy. I want to believe. I'm not a hard guy to get it. It's just you haven't given me anything like infallible. You know, but what is nowadays? You know,
you really
nowadays
you really can't believe anything, man. There's no truth out there.
Can't believe nothing. It just started pouring just now, and it's supposed to rain.
I don't even believe you, bro. How do I know it's actually raining there?
Well, look it up on Harp. Harp. That's the government, whatchamacallit, that controls the weather. The HARP program.
Weather control,
yeah.
The High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Oh yeah, the one up in Alaska.
Yeah. I don't want to go into that. But yeah, we know they control the weather.
I mean, dude, they seed weather all over the place.
You heard about that Amish that they rolled up on that Amish dude that owned that farm, and like he's kind of like fighting against the federal government now. because they're saying that I forgot what they're saying about him, but they want to fucking, they're trying to shut down all the farms, dude. They're trying to make us eat bugs.
Amos Miller.
People, they're trying to make us eat bugs. You think I'm bugging? I'm not. But they're trying to stop the meat. They're trying to control the food. They're trying to get us to eat bugs, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. What is this, man? Fucking.
What is the Amish thing?
Fear factor.
What is the Amish thing that you're talking?
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, man. Like, what is this fucking fear factor? I'm not eating no fucking bugs. And they're trying to make it like, it's a trendy thing to do. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit, man. I'm not eating no fucking bugs. I hate fucking. Yeah, some milk farmer. I think it's because it's unpasteurized.
Oh, yeah.
It's not pasteurized.
You're not allowed to sell unpasteurized milk.
And you're not allowed, but he's not. I think it's among his community that he's doing it. I'm not sure, but there's a couple of them. There's part 1, part 2.
According to the USDA, the farm is not complying with USDA regulations on how to label and process their food, but Amos says the methods which they use predate the USDA, and the farm and its members have the right to free assembly and the right to choose how their food is processed without the USDA dictating how to do it. Yo, bro, the Amish people, like, they keep it a fucking buck.
They're gangster.
Yeah, they're gangster as fuck, dude. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
man. They blow each other up, right? That was the Amish shit we watched, where that dude blew that motherfucker up because he had like a bunch of Amish fucking shit, right? Was that the Amish, right? What was that?
That was the Mormons, bro.
Mormons.
No, the Amish are the ones out in PA and Ohio.
They're the ones that had that gangster shit, right? The gangster Amish mafia or whatever.
Yeah, bro. But it's really
they know how to make a fucking fireplace.
Yes, and it's interesting
and swing sets.
The Amish people came here around the same time that all the other immigrants came, and they just like took over PA, and parts of PA and claimed that fucking land, and they hold it down, dude. They don't let the government interfere in any of their shit.
Nah, yo, they definitely don't be playing that shit at all. And I hope I could find this, because when I was in PA, right, we started looking for Amish because I heard it was a big Amish community, and I went on a hunt for the Amish, right? It's back. I'm trying to find a picture. I finally found them. I showed you this before?
I think so. I remember when this happened.
Yeah, I found some Amish dudes and I got them to take a picture with me. And the Amish, they're not supposed to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They're against the pictures because the pictures, they say, steal their soul. That the camera steals their soul, right? So I got these two to take a picture of me. One put his hat like over his eyes so that he's kind of not like in the picture, but he's in the picture,
Uh-huh.
And the other one made the mistake of looking into the camera. And I think I stole his fucking soul, dude. On some real shit. Hold on, man. I'm gonna find this shit, man. That's what sucks about whatchamacallit, about Instagram. It's like it loads the pictures. It takes so long to load the pictures. So if you gotta go deep into something.
I know, you gotta try to find when it was too. I mean, bro, when was this?
Well, I'll know when it was just by the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on tour. So I'll know when it was. And of course, dude, I just got to the beginning of quarantine. I just now, like, I've been scrolling, but you got to wait for the pictures to load. And that's what sucks, man. I mean, come on. You would think they have it now that you can scroll. I can't just scroll down these pictures, but we went to the moon. Yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that. You know what I'm saying? They called the moon on a landline.
Fuck out of here. Landline.
He picked up a fucking regular phone. He didn't pick up no fucking. He wasn't on no fucking whatchamacallit, man.
Was it before or after your daughter got married?
It was before my daughter got married. It was when I was on tour with this chick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost there, I think.
I feel like I've seen the photo.
Yeah, but it's so interesting, dude, because the dude literally does look like he does literally look like I stole his soul, man. It's crazy. I was on the road with what's her name?
You weren't out with Terry?
Nah, I was on the road with this chick, and then we linked up with Mike halfway through. Hold on, I'm almost there.
Almost there.
I'm almost there. It was a while ago, man. And she, what's her name? Amanda. I was on the road with Amanda, good comedian who moved back to Texas. And yeah, it's crazy because I go through these, man. I see so many fans that come back to see me, and like I see them in pictures as couples, and now they're no longer together. You know, but they still come, like they'll still come out separately to see me though, and then we'll talk about the breakups. It's crazy.
I see a picture with you with looks like I don't know who that is. Never mind.
It's a blonde chick, Amanda Holstein. Yeah, I'm almost there. I feel it. I feel it. Sorry to make you people wait, and I hope it's worth the wait. I think it is. It's a very interesting picture. This goes to show you that we don't even know. Like, oh, here it is. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. It's in one of these right here.
Send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on. It's one of these pictures right here. Here it is. Boom. I found it. I'm sending it to you right now. Now look at this. How interesting. They had the buggy and everything, and they never even heard of a comedian. Yeah, they asked us what we were doing out there, and we said we're out here to do comedy. They said, "What do you mean?" And Amanda was like, "We're comedians." They said, "What is that?" They didn't even know what a comedian was, dude.
I could see that.
Yeah, I did see it.
Let me get it up. I want to get it up.
Check this picture, man. This is crazy. So I asked them to take a picture, and at first they said no. But I was like, come on. So now if you look, right, the dude on the left, right, the dude on the left, look down, right? But look at the dude on the right, dude. Look at his face. That shit is weird, man. That shit is just like kind of like everybody else is kind of focused.
This is Amanda?
Yeah, that's Amanda Holstein.
She kind of looks like she's dating one of them.
Yo, she's hardcore, man. Because she's like a hippie chick, dude. She would take rocks. We would drive, right, to like parks. She would pull over to a park and she'd find rocks. Okay. Right. And then we get back to the hotel that night. She would paint them.
Oh.
And then write like love on one.
Oh, the love rocks.
Peace on the other one.
I've heard the love rocks. And
then sold these things for like $15, $20 a pop after the shows.
Dude, good for her.
She'd have a table full of fucking rocks and she'd move them. They'd move. One say, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And they would move. And I'm sitting here going, you just inspired me to like just take all that shit that I have in a box in my house, like my old fucking antenna, my old fucking remote control. I'm like, you could just sell anything now. Now they'd be like, is that a Genesis controller? And I'd be like, yeah, it still works if you can find the system. You know, the controller works. You just got to figure out what your code is to put in. And look, I autographed it. This way I don't just throw away all my old bullshit. I just sell it. I couldn't believe that shit, man.
Dude, look at you chilling with the chickens.
She did the same thing with shirts too. We'd pull into a fucking Army, Navy, whatever them shits are called. We could buy the shirts, plain shirts, and then she'd paint on top of the shirt and sell them.
Good for her.
Yeah, genius.
We should get her on the show. Is she still performing? She's still doing stand-up?
I don't know if she still does stand-up.
No,
I haven't spoken to her in a minute. She's mad cool. Last time I saw her, we were on the whatchamacallit tour, and we were in Texas, so we stopped by, me and Mike.
Very cool. Multi-personality tour?
Yeah. Yeah. Which it's not, I'm feeling like that's dead. That's a dead thing. That was probably the last tour.
I think so. I think the earlier part of this podcast definitely cemented that.
I don't know why that would be that. I don't know what that would have to do with it. I'm looking at other things. But I don't know much but I know I love you.
I love
that
you
may
too.
be all I need to know. Another thing I know is that if you're looking for good weed and you're living in Astoria, check out Apollo Buds. Why? Because, man, they got like 26 different strands. They got gummies. They got edibles for the animals and everything, man. You got to go check it out. It's one of the best weed spots in Astoria, if not the best weed spot in Astoria. Check out Apollo Buds on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. I am actually going to be out there this Monday, which is, I think, tomorrow? So, what's the date on that? What's tomorrow's date? The 12th? Yeah, well, if this comes out early enough, Monday the 12th, I'm going to be out at the Apollo Buds. It's not going to be out. All right, whatever. I'll be back there. So if you guys want to check it out, I'm back there every other fucking
such a
week.
great show at Apollo Buds, bro. How was it? How was the show at Apollo Buds?
The last one was a good show, but not a great turnout. And we're hoping this time we get a good turnout. Look, we're trying to bring something to Astoria. The comedians that I bring there are all top-notch comedians. This isn't an open mic. It's a show. $10 to get inside. If you want cool shit to go on in your neighborhoods, then you got to support them. It's that simple. It's an early show. Doors open at 7. It's 420 friendly, but we're friendly to everybody. So come out and check us out. You're going to see me and my boys. I host. I bring a bunch of people that I think is funny to the stage, and you already know if they're not funny, I'm not going to bring them. That don't mean you're going to love everyone I bring, but if they're not funny, if I don't think they're funny, they're not getting on my stage. So it's a fucking great show that we're doing out there. Right now, we're doing it every other Monday. We're there this Monday on the 12th. So I guess, do the dates. But if you follow me at Gary G. Garcia on Instagram and Facebook, I post all the shows and, better Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, and that's the spot to follow me, man. And guys, listen, man, I know that life is hard and prices are rising, inflation, jobs, and all this shit is very stressful. And that might be taking a toll on someone's, relationship. Maybe all the stress in life got you and your lady, mad at each other or just not as close as you used to be. Because everybody take a break from the realities of life and dive dick first into the XXX Playground world. Check out XXX Playground, the best adult communication tool ever made. Start making that bed hot again with passion. And if you can't get passion, well, at least you got XXX Playground. That'll have you elbows deep in the person you love. 2 to 6 players, people. If you want to check it out, go to XXXplayground.com and make your purchase. Brian?
This podcast is also sponsored to you by anditwasgood.net, the official home for Rated G. We have shops, videos, and stuff on the website. Check it out, anditwasgood.net.
And stuff. All right. Is the merch up yet?
The merch isn't up yet. No, your boy's slacking.
Yeah, well, I'm slacking too. But we got the llama shirts coming out, people.
Yeah,
right. So I'm gonna start popping those out. We'll let you know what's going on. Once again, you can follow Brian at Brian the Video Guy on Instagram. Follow me, Gary G. Garcia. Catch me every Monday at the Grizzly Pear midnight show, the Not Quite Tuesday show with me and my brother Adam Gable. And once again, man, thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate y'all. I know I do. Love you.